There we go. It's actually a good one, guys. And that Bass Union jig. Heck yeah. What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Bass Union. We're back here in Lake Oroville, fishing a little bit of different scenery today. I'm gonna fish a little bit of these flats that are out here in the slot, you know, heading up your way towards the north and North Fork and the West Branch. You know, I just kind of feel like dragging the jig today, maybe throwing an underspin or a little swim bait. If I see some fish below the boat, obviously that drop shot's been working pretty good, so I'll have that thing ready. You know what else? Definitely have the A-rig going. You know, just a few different baits that I think might work, and just see what happens for today. Have a good time. We got a few hours to kill, and ready to catch some fish and rip some lips. So let's go. So I'm gonna have that non-bladed A-rig. We were catching fish on that thing up in Middle Fork last trip out. Might as well pull that little darter head. And there's the jig. Old Faithful right there. This is the Bass Union Finesse Football, 1/2 ounce. We got a little Gary Yamamoto double tail grub. Dobbins Champion 733, a loose 7.5 to 1, and 12-pound fluorocarbon. Got that little underspin. We got all the rods laid out on the deck. We got a drop shot, float and fly, my little finesse swim bait head with a little Yum minnow, dart head. We got a jig on this side, A-rig. We got a spoon. What else? We got an underspin. So we got a few different baits to kind of hit a little bit of everything. So let's see what happens. Let's start out with the A-rig just to see where they're at. Let's locate these fish. Somebody commented on my last video and said, "Oh, you're using live scope, boring." I'm not here to waste time. I'm here to catch fish. So pairing an A-rig with live scope, it's a deadly combo because you can find those fish fast. Seen a lot of boats out here today. Launched over at the spillway. That parking lot's the best launch ramp to launch from right now. A lot of space, and the ramp's super close to the water. So we're working with low 50s. The water temp's finally dropping. Since last video, it's dropped like 3 degrees, 3-4 degrees. We're at like 51. And that's the middle of the day too. So, you know, first thing in the morning is a little cooler, I'm sure. Seeing a little thermocline finally showing up when I was out really deep. It was about 120 feet deep. So as this water temperature keeps dropping, that thermocline's gonna rise. And when that thermocline comes up to, like, let's say less than 60 feet of water, hold on, because all those fish that are out deep, they're gonna come up shallower, and they're gonna be really catchable. And that thermocline, as the water keeps cooling, that thermocline's gonna keep rising. It's gonna keep coming up. And I've had days where I had that thermocline at 10 feet, and every single fish I was catching was less than 10 feet of water. So it's really key to keep an eye on your sonar. If you're seeing that thermocline, as that water's cooling down, just know that's your target zone. Anything at that thermocline and above in the wintertime, that's what you want to target. It's not even worth really fishing below that because there's less oxygen. It's even cooler. So it's not worth it. This sucks out here. I'm gonna go, there's a little cove up just a little bit. I'm gonna go check that out, see if there's any fish, got all the bait corralled in there. So I haven't really seen any bait out here. I don't know if they're super deep or if they're just in the backs of these pockets and the fish are just moving them. So we're gonna make a move, see if that pans out. So we're gonna try the back of this cove, see if we can get any action. It just wasn't happening out here. So hopefully I can find some bait. Bait is key. If you find bait, usually there's gonna be some fish around relating to them somewhere, somehow. If they get in the back of this cove, they're gonna be locked in here. I mean, should be some aggressive fish ready to chew. So it just wasn't happening out here. Go and do me a favor, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and pick up some Bass Union jigs if you guys want to support the channel. Let's see if there's any fish in here. Again, start off that A-rig, cover some water, see if we can pull any fish, see where they're at. Haven't fished in here in a minute. We got one trailing it. Is he gonna eat? Is he gonna eat it? 2. There's 2 on it. 3. No. Those ones didn't eat it. It's a good sign though. That is a good sign. At least we're pulling some fish now. Out there, we weren't pulling nothing. They were like getting right up behind it. And I mean, or like 10, 15 feet behind it and be like one at a time. Those ones were hot on it. You gotta be kidding me. Is this spot not going either? It's not happening. It is not happening. Oh, we got some following it now. Try the jig. Gotta be some crawdad eaters in here. Oh, we got 2 hours to catch a fish. So far we got a skunk. Oh, I had one. Probably just got the tails. Just a clean thump and went slack. I reeled up, he was there. Man, hopefully he comes back. Oh, he hit it again. Come on, dude. I'm sure my tail's gone. Yep. Definitely gone. For sure. You hit it twice. Took my tails. Alright, I know that sun's right in our faces, but hopefully you guys can see. So, we got that jig. Got one of these little double tails. Just gonna rig it like that. Right down the middle. Push on those 4-barb keepers. Pull those tails. And hopefully that's gonna do the deal. And they'll actually eat the whole thing this time. There we go. Might be a better one. Oh yeah. It's actually a good one, guys. And that bass eating jig. Nice. He actually got it that time. Look at that. Now we're talking. Crack that thing. Had to get that thing. I was in like 50 feet of water, just walking it down that cliff, walking it down. Basically, you got this nice. It's pretty steep, and you got all this big chunk rock boulders and stuff. And I was just walking that thing down the rocks, and just after I popped it and hit the bottom, it just thunk and went slack. So decent one. I'll take it. First fish. You know, he's a little bloody. Let's clean him off a little bit. But I will take it. First fish in the boat. Kind of feeling the pressure right now. I only got a few hours to fish, and it's like, man, I want to make something happen for you guys. And you know, I had a short strike on the drop shot, had a short strike on the jig, and finally connected on one. So that's awesome. I think I might be onto something now. That's 2 bites in like back-to-back casts. So let me get back out there, see if we can catch another one. So when I'm making these casts, I'm watching that little bow on the surface of my line. Once that line kind of relaxes, I know I'm on the bottom. And then I'll just kind of lift it a little bit and do a little drag. And we're on a pretty steep bank right here. So I know just dragging it a few inches or a little bit, it's probably going to sink down. So that's why I drop the rod tip and I watch that line. And if I need to, I'll open my bail and actually feed it line. There's fish. Oh, don't slack. Let's get back down there. Let's let that thing sink. Usually where you find one, there's more. See, like that pop, I pulled that bait probably like 10, 15 feet. And it probably sank even more. It's a good sign though. 2 short strikes connected on one. See if my bait's still there. See, it pulled down my bait just a little bit. Oh, I had him. I had him. Felt solid. Man, these fish are short striking like crazy today. Oh, tail's still there. I think we're gonna have to bang it up. See if this scent helps. Remember, it helped the A-rig. That one time they were just following it. So we'll see if this helps the jig. Ooh. Oh, that was definitely a bite. For sure. There we go, baby. Huh? It's a little heifer, or is it just a keeper? No, he feels pretty good. This one actually feels decent, guys. Not bad. I mean, that's what you do right there. With spotted bass, you let that thing sink back down and give them a chance to come back for it. Nice. Now we're talking. Look at that hook placement. Heck yeah. Oh man, that finesse football. Finally getting jiggy, folks. Man, I've had the spinning rod in my hand so many times the last few trips, so it's nice to get the jig rod out and actually catch some on that finesse football. It's not a big one, but it's definitely a nice little tug. So let's go. Let's get some more. So I'm just making super long casts, letting that thing sink all the way to the bottom. I'm trying to feel every little rock and pebble down there and just maintaining bottom contact. Same of the game, nice and slow. As that thing's dragging down there, even just sitting down there not doing anything, that living rubber that we tie on these jigs, they float. So it's just, it looks like a little poof ball down there. So that's why I really like using living rubber. So just, it makes your jig look alive. A lot of the silicone out there, it's just, it hits the bottom, will poof out, and then it'll just lay flat and not do anything. There's one. That thing followed it for days. Guess what's on too? Ooh. This might be another decent one like that jigfish. Let's try that jigfish's buddy. Just playing this fish. Oh, he's actually not bad. Not a bad one. Spinning up a pile of bait. All these fish, every time boat flipping them, or before you boat flip them, they're just spitting up a ton. Hopefully you can see me. Not a bad one. Drop shot fish. Almost a clone like that jig fish. Old drop shot. I knew there was fish here. Figured might as well pick it up and see if I can clean house. Maybe get another fish or two with it, but not bad. All right, that's 3 fish so far. We got about another half hour, 45 minutes before we got to get out of here. The little trick I was doing with that drop shot, since I got it rigged wacky, I got a quarter ounce weight. I could see it on the live scope, right? So I'm almost swinging that thing, pendulum it. Like I'll hit the bottom and I'll lift up and just kind of tight line it. And I'm seeing those fish pull away from these rocks and follow that thing down. And that fish that bit, it got right down in the channel, and I was just holding it, and all of a sudden, thump, just felt him. So that's when I just reeled up, loaded up. So that's one little trick. 2 on the jig, 1 on the drop shot. Let's keep going. Finally. Oh, working that little group of fish for a minute there. That was sick. That was sick. Ooh, not a bad one. This is on that finesse swimbait head, and I was just working that thing vertically. Kind of like that drop shot, just shaking in their face and just trying to see what makes them tick. And this one, I had to get it on the bottom, get the group of them looking at it, and then once they were kind of on it, I just slowly start lifting it. Look at that. Ate that finesse swimbait head. Not a bad one. Oh man, just pinned. That's pretty cool. Was that 4, 5 fish now? Not a bad day, you know. It's pretty peaceful out here. Wasn't too windy, wasn't too cold. Just another awesome day out here. So it's just a blessing to be able to get out here and do what I love and take you guys along for the ride. All right, let's make some casts with A-rig before the day's over. See if we can get one. There's a little ball bait. Yep, still got it. Still got it. Little one. Little guy. Let's get back in there. Ooh, on the drop. Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it. I freaking love it. This a decent one. Love spotted bass. Love fishing for spots, man. So much fun. Another guy on the freaking drop. So this is what they're eating down there. It's that little pond smelt. All right, last cast. I gotta get out of here, else I'm gonna get in trouble. That was sick. Absolutely sick. I've caught so many fish on this thing that my treble hooks, they bend easy, so I gotta really back off that drag. Man, I keep calling it early winter. They're still fishing like it's fall. Not a bad one. Oh, memory card just ran out. Well, I guess we're gonna have to call it on this one. All right. Not a bad one. Good way to end the night. Last fish of the day. Absolutely crushed this thing. Hit the bottom, just hopped it a few times, and he came up, just whack. So that's it. We gotta love Lake Oroville. Place is close. Catch a lot of fish at times. Today, I mean, if we would have got here first thing in the morning, I'm sure we would have caught a ton more. But we got here around noon. It's kind of the deal, you know, trying to get that workout in first thing in the morning, get it out the way. And if I can get any fishing in afterwards, in between filling orders and stuff, I consider that a success. So we got a handful of fish, caught them on different things: jig, drop shot, a little finesse swim bait head. At the very end, got a spoon. Can't complain, gotta love it. And we're back at the ramp, made it back safe. So we're gonna get this thing loaded and go home, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Like, subscribe, you know the deal.